and welcome to AFTV's brand new women's football show hosted by myself, Pippa and obviously my special guest here this week.
I'm the guest because I've come on because I want to find out more about women's football, and it's great that you're doing this show on here, and treat me as a guinea pig, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, obviously I've watched some of the women's games. I was at the game the other day when Arsenal played Spurs, and that was brilliant, by the way. But yeah, I'm a layman. I want to find out more about it.
What do you want to know? There's so much to know right now. I mean, obviously, Arsenal women won the league last season. So we're defending champions, and we're doing well still at top of the table. We ended 2019 at the top.
Wow.
Man City just closely behind. And we're now in the Champions League, and we've started off really well in there as well. The first few games, 10-0 in both legs against Fiorentina. So 6-0 away, 4-0 away, and then 6-0 at home, which was wicked. We've got the top goal scorer in our team, Vivian Miedema. You must have seen a couple of weeks ago.
She was at the game the other day, wasn't they? They were speaking to her. They spoke to her at half time,
Her and Jem Beattie, who also, she just signed for Manchester City, but 10 years ago she was originally with Arsenal Women, so she's come back to Arsenal, top defender. We need someone like that in the men's team, to be honest. She's not getting past her. So we've got a top defender and a top scorer there. Yeah. And we're just doing bits at the moment.
The Arsenal women's team has always been good, hasn't it? I mean, like, Arsenal was sort of one of the first teams, weren't they, to really get into women's football in a big way. When I say first teams, first of the big clubs to really get into it. And, you know, I've been to women's FA Cup finals and stuff like that, and we've won. I was at the League Cup final. What's it called? It's not called the League Cup.
The Carabao Cup. The Continental
version.
Tires Cup.
That's right. We got beaten by Man City.
On penalties.
But tell us a bit about the league, because, you know, obviously Arsenal, as you said, they've got a great history in women's football, but there are a lot of other teams that are very good as well, aren't they? Who are the top teams?
Only recently. So, like, for a few years, at the very beginning of the WSL, Arsenal were just trailblazing. And then there was a few other teams that came in the mix. But as of the last 3 years, especially now this season, the top teams are Manchester City and Chelsea.
They've arrived.
Obviously. And it came so close down to the wire last season, but luckily with a game in hand, we won just before our final game, and our final game was against Man City. So we celebrated at Brighton at the Amex Stadium. We got to play there. And that's where they actually won the league. And then our final game was in Man City at home. Although we already won, we wanted to win the game. But Man City, they're coming on strong. They won the treble last year. Treble? No, League Cup. Yeah, they did, Except for they didn't get the WSL, obviously, but they are, I would say, our biggest opponents up until now. Because even though Chelsea are sitting in third, they've just made the biggest signing ever.
Who's that?
In Sam Kerr.
Sam Kerr?
All-time top scorer in the NWSL and in the Australian Women's League. And now she's come over as the star player to Chelsea. And that's all they need, really. But at the same time, it questions what will happen to Fran Kirby, the England striker, Chelsea striker, their star girl. Now that Sam Kerr's coming in, she's going to give Vivian Miedema maybe, hopefully not, but this is going to give Vivian Miedema some competition now.
So Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City, they're the top three teams. And who else sort of bubbles on just underneath?
If you're looking at the league right now, so just underneath them. So we're on 27 points. Then you've got Man City on 24 and Chelsea on 23. And then there's a bit of a gap because then Man United are on 15. Then you've got Everton on 15, Reading on 14, and you've got Tottenham, West Ham, Birmingham City, who are playing on Sunday, Brighton, Liverpool and Bristol City sitting at the bottom only on 3 points and with a minus 25 goal difference, which we're partly to blame for because we beat them 11-1 a few weeks ago.
Wow.
Vivian Miedema, as I said, she was involved in 10 goals. She scored 6 and assisted 4. And so that's not great news for Bristol. But
I've seen her play, Miedema, and I look on her and I think, if she was a man, she would be like the sort of player that would be transferred for like absolute mega money. She really does remind me. If I was to say a sort of player she reminds me of, and unfortunately it is this person, but she kind of reminds me a bit like Harry Kane. Really? In the way she just like, the way she's so good on it, technically so good.
All the people to compare to.
You know why? Because you know Harry Kane, he always seems to get everything on target.
Yeah.
She's the same when I've seen her. You know what I mean? So, but she's her skill levels, you know, her technique, her technical abilities, absolutely unbelievable.
We're really lucky to have her.
Yeah, she's a great player. And you know, there's so much interest now, isn't there, in women's football? I mean, you was at the World Cup, weren't you?
Yeah, it was amazing. Obviously, I was rooting for Netherlands because we had so many players there at the time. Dominic Bloodworth, who was with us last season, was there. Obviously, Daniel van der Donk, our midfielder. Vivian Miedema, of course. And I was hoping they would win. They got to the final, which was unbelievable. Still can't believe they got there. But it was a really good competition. I didn't just go to the England games. I went to the Cameroon, Canada, and all these other games, and it was really good. USA.
And the Americans were good,
oh
weren't they?
my God.
Yeah.
Absolutely taking a mick out of everyone. But when they played England, it came really close, and you got that damn VAR, man. Ellen White scored a sick goal.
Who did she play for, Ellen White?
She was at...
I like her.
She's at Man City now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she was recently signed to Man City. She's got a few goals under her belt.
City. Yeah. And they've got also, what's her name, the mixed race... she's
not Nikita Paris.
Nikita Paris.
No, she's not there no more. She's not in the WSL no more.
She's gone to Lyon. Yeah.
She's gone to the Giants of the Champions League.
They are the biggest team in Europe, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lyon.
Which we're now in the Champions League, and I'm so excited for that. But it needs a change now. Lyon have won 4 consecutively, and they've won it so many times, and we need a change now. Now that Arsenal's in there, hopefully we can shake them up a bit. But we need to get through a quarterfinals and all that first. We've got PSG. It's been announced recently.
Wow. So, in the league, who are Arsenal playing this weekend?
We're playing Birmingham City, who just above the bottom of the table. Obviously, it's a clear win for us. It'll be shocking if it's anything other than that. I'm expecting at least 3 goals from Arsenal. We've got so many players that are going forward. We've got Beth Mead. We've got Jordan Nobbs that's come back from injury recently. Yep. We've got Katie McCabe, who's actually a striker, but Joe plays her as a wing back more time, and she plays on the wing, but she even gets some goals. And I'm just expecting a really solid win from Arsenal to start the year off properly.
And the women, how comes you lot get winter break, right? And the men have had to play about 5-6 games in a row, you know what I mean, over the Christmas period. But the women do actually get a little break over the Christmas, don't they?
Is the schedule so different because obviously there's a lot less teams in this league. There's only 12 teams in this league. So to spread it out across the year, get some breaks.
So what's the other big games this weekend?
Oh, so there's Chelsea v Reading. I'm only saying it's a big game because I reckon all eyes are going to be on the new signing that I mentioned. There's a lot of weight on her shoulders now. Imagine she comes and doesn't score any goals. That would be quite shameful. But everyone's going to be paying attention to that game. There's also Man City v Spurs, or Spurs v Man City, because that's Spurs' ground. That's going to be a good one because Man City cannot afford to lose any games anymore because obviously they're in contention for free cups. Yeah. And Nick Cushion, their manager, really wants to go for all 3 again. Including the league. And where they're so close behind us, they've lost to us already and Chelsea away, but Chelsea and Arsenal both got them at home soon. So if they want to stay up there, they can't lose any more games. So against Spurs, Nick's definitely looking for a win there. Other games, Man United v Bristol.
What are they like, Man United?
They're good, you know. They've got a really good player named Lauren James. She only just signed her first professional contract with them recently. She helped them basically get promoted when they were in the championship last season. She scored, I've got this written down somewhere. She scored, I think, 14 goals. Correct me if I'm wrong. Funny fact, no, not funny, interesting fact. She's also the younger sister of Reece James from Chelsea. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's literally at Man United star player as well.
Wow.
So yeah, if you didn't know.
Wow, interesting fact.
So I'm expecting the win for Man United as well. Their manager, Casey Stoney, also used to play for Arsenal a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah. And Tottenham, I mean, I went to that game when Arsenal played them. It was very competitive to start off with, but then Arsenal's quality took over. What are they like? They've
improved a lot. And when I say in a short amount of time as well, because we played them pre-season and thrashed them 6-0. They were so open. It was. They looked really bad, to be honest. They've made a few signings, made a few adjustments, and now they're looking like a solid team.
They've got a couple of old Arsenal players as well, haven't they?
So, you know, it could. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw. But Man City definitely need the win, but I don't want them to win. Yeah.
So it's very close at the top.
Yeah.
So really, Arsenal need to continue winning these games. And tell us about where Arsenal. Where do they play? Because it's not obviously it's not at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Although I'd love to see them do, because I went to that game, we were both there, that Tottenham game, and it was like nearly 50,000 fans. I mean, so unbelievable. Why have we not done that?
Well, I noticed when they did the halftime advertisement at Emirates the other day, I noticed that they mentioned that we've got 2 very big derbies coming up, the North London derby and the London derby against Chelsea. And they mentioned the location of the Chelsea one, but they didn't confirm the location of the North London derby. So I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but they didn't say it's at home at Meadow Park, because Arsenal women play at Meadow Park, which is basically Hertfordshire. Yeah,
that's the home of Boreham Wood, isn't it?
Yeah, Boreham Wood FC.
Yeah. So that's where, same ground where Arsenal played their friendlies at the start of the season. That friendly they played at Boreham Wood.
Yeah. So I don't know how it works, but they've started selling tickets already, and I'm sure if there's demand for more tickets, then hopefully we can have that game in the Emirates.
Yeah, they should do. Because the atmosphere at that game was excellent.
Yeah, it was amazing, and we deserved that.
It was a great turnout, you know what I mean? And I'm like, why haven't we done that?
Yeah, we need to.
We got one, the team that won the league last season. Why have we not done one of the games at the Emirates?
We need to do it. Hopefully, if we get enough numbers and enough people buying tickets, enough interest.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Do they get good attendances?
Yeah, so I believe the attendance is just under 5,000.
Which is good.
Yeah,
excellent
and a lot of games, the last few games I've been to, the lowest number was about 3,500. So it does fit, the stands fill up. They've got a new North Bank stand.
Yeah, they've got the North Bank. I was in that stand.
Yeah, it's nice, and that was full up the last game I went to. So and that's a stand-in stand. So
yeah. So this week this week Arsenal got
Birmingham City. Then the other fixtures are Man U v Bristol City, who are at the bottom of the table. Then there's Chelsea v Reading, Spurs v Manchester City, Brighton v Liverpool, who've also got a new signing. She's from Reading, Rachel Furness. She was on loan to Spurs at the beginning of the season, and she's now gone to Liverpool, which is a really good signing for them. And then there's West Ham v Everton, Everton has also got a massive signing in Christensen. She used to play for Man City. She got the PFA Player of the Year. She helped them win the league, got PFA Team of the Year. She went to Lyon. And then it kind of felt like she went missing, because she was a star player. We didn't get to see her she had an injury, but we didn't get to see her in many England games. She didn't get a call up for the World Cup. And we just didn't hear from her. And now to see her come back to the WSL would be great, and to see how she gets on. So that would be a good game to watch as well, West Ham, Everton.
Okay. So looking forward to these games. So who are the main... I'm
players.
sorry to be asking you all these questions, right? I apologise, but I'm sure people out there are watching this as well and are going to be watching you week in, week out, will be following you and learning from you. Who are the main players would you say the three biggest players in the league?
I don't want to be biased. It goes without saying, Vivian Miedema. I'm trying to not be biased now, let's think. Definitely Lauren James from Manchester United. Bethany England from Chelsea. I would say Sam Kerr, but she hasn't played for Chelsea yet, but that's definitely going to be one. She's going to
be one of the big ones. Ellen White?
Of course, Ellen White.
Yeah.
But other than Ellen White, Manchester City got some, like Lauren Hemp is a young player for Manchester City, and she's starting to come through as well, so that's a good one to watch out for.
And of course, Nikita Paris but she's left now.
She's gone now.
She was good, man.
Yeah.
What a player. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing. So every week you'll be on here, you'll be doing this show, you'll be giving us updates on Arsenal and the whole league as a whole. And also you're going to be at games.
Yes, so I'll be at Meadow Park on Sunday against Birmingham City, interviewing fans. I'll be Robbie while I'm there. I'll be the female version of Robbie, doing some post-match reactions with some fans as well, and hopefully get some player interviews as well. See, that's the difference, the advantage they get. They get to get even players. But no, it's brilliant. It's fantastic that you're doing this, and we're really looking forward to it. I'm really going to be following it every week as well. And if people want to follow you as well on like your personal accounts and that to get more info, what are they? So it's Pippa Monique on everything. It's Pippa_Monique, and that's where you can find me. I'm always posting stuff about Arsenal, the Women's League, football in general. Well, listen, good luck with it. Thank you, I'm excited. Thanks for having me on. Yeah. And I won't be, you're going to have various... Yeah, we're going to have some special guests. Tell us about the guests you're going to have on. There's so many people right now working in women's football that are just amazing. And I'm really love to get them on the show. There's a few people lined up that have even more knowledge and fans of other teams as well, so that we can give you insight for, example, Man United fans and whatnot. So that'll be really good. And hopefully, if you follow this show, you can maybe follow us to see us lift the trophy again. Or who knows, maybe a Champions League trophy. Wow. Who knows? If only the men could be doing some of these things. But listen, the women's team
are brilliant, you know what I mean? And it's going to be great to follow it. And
yeah.
I wish you all the best for
Thanks,
the show.
Robbie, man.
And yeah, well done. I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you. So make sure you follow it, subscribe. Well, you're subscribed already, ain't you? Probably. Well, thanks for watching and thanks for joining me, Robbie.
Thank you.